Welcome back to Fire Princess Reviews. I'm Fire Princess Lily here to tell you about comics, cartoons, and other awesome nerd things. So, thanks for tuning into my channel. I don't update it with review videos very much anymore anyway, just because I really haven't quite felt up to it at all very recently. And part of it is just like the way YouTube is operated, the way my videos get out there. And it just feels like I'm constantly pushing a boulder up a hill, and I'm not even getting to the top before it rolls back over onto me. And so it's been just kind of hard to like get going, more or less. I am going to try to update it more, especially since that's where I'm going to start putting like episodes of the Living That X Life podcast. I have been doing things online. I do too many podcasts. I do a total of 4 or 5 podcasts now. Well, at least 2 that are, constant, and trying to get 2 others off the ground, and 1 that updates super sporadically. So, I mean, that's 5 in total. So I'm doing stuff. I'm just not doing this very often. But let's do a video. Let's talk about a thing. As you can tell from the title, we're going to talk about Frozen 2. So there is a spoiler warning in effect if you haven't seen Frozen. Just didn't like Frozen 1. If you haven't seen Frozen 2, for whatever reason, you just haven't gotten around to it. It is kind of, super brand new. Don't watch this video if you want to go into it with like any kind of surprise. Of course, the very title of itself gives away something that we're going to be kind of talking about today, and might actually just make this my most controversial video on this channel. And we'll see how that goes. I definitely do try to shy away from controversies because I don't want that negative attention. I get enough negative attention on this channel just for existing and being me. I don't need to like throw logs onto that fire, but let's toss a log and let's talk about this, because and really, I guess this isn't really necessarily a response to the movie itself. More or less, it's in response to like some things that people have said about the movie after the fact. Does that make sense? Hopefully it does. Because I would like to address some comments directly, without necessarily naming any names. But let's talk about this. So there is a definite spoiler warning in effect. I'm going to be talking about a lot about the movie and about the characters, because this movie does take place what feels like at least a few years after the events of the first movie. The characters do look older by virtue. I think Hannah actually looks like she's aged the most, which is weird. That's no magic. It keeps you going. Ask the Ice King. But it's good. I like it. Like, sure, well, we could talk endlessly about how blah 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 blah. I'm not here to talk about Disney designs, because it's a Disney movie and you kind of know what you're getting into. And people can say, well, that's lazy. Like, if you want them to improve, you shouldn't support them, and that way they'll know they need to improve. I guess they're a multi-billion-dollar corporation, and they will just do what they're gonna do. That's just it. I mean, and we can look to Sonic and say fans do have some amount of control over what we get, if we make a loud enough noise, but Disney don't listen to nobody, right? So, and case in point with the title. Boom, right? Because let's talk about that. Well, we'll get to that. But all the characters are here. Except for, of course, the obvious ones, like Hans and Duke Weselton, not in this movie, fair reasons. So, and for the most part, they're all likable. Like, even Olaf is likable. I mean, if you had a problem with him in the first movie, then I don't know how you're going to feel about him in this movie, because he's not necessarily the same character. He's definitely a sidekick character. He's a magical sidekick character, 100%. But he, too, is growing older. And I guess Disney didn't really want to like animate the ice cloud over him all the time anymore, so they just like wave it away as he's laying in a sunbeam. As now he has permafrost, as he's permanently frozen. Um, Jokes. So, but he is getting older, and that leads him to asking uncomfortable questions about change. Oh yeah, and this is a musical because the first one was a musical, so this one is a musical as well. And if you go to this movie thinking, well, they're not going to do another Frozen musical, that would be silly. They're gonna do another Frozen musical. Come on, that's like this whole thing's bread and butter. Like in 2013, that was the jam. Anyway, Olaf is asking a lot of uncomfortable questions about life and existentialism and change, which made him kind of an uncomfortable character for me because I didn't go to a Disney movie necessarily to think about my mortality and the way the world is changing and like, will we all like get through it? Like, thanks, Olaf. That was not what I wanted at all. Still kind of a fun character. Funny in places. Like, he has an entire scene where he explains exactly kind of the plot of the first movie, and it is so out of place in such a good way that it takes you a little bit out of the serious moment of the movie, but it's supposed to, and it really works because we find out, like, at the beginning of the movie about an enchanted forest way to the north that Elsa's father one day went to as a child with his father. Things happened. Mist came in, trapped everybody in the forest, but he got out somehow. I'm not going to spoil that part. Like, haha, you could probably call it, my wife called it cheap. It's not fun. Nobody likes it at all. So, studios stopped doing it? Um, yeah, stop doing it. Elsa decides that they need to go to the Enchanted Forest because she keeps hearing like a song in her head, like a song in her ear. She has a whole song about how she's not going to listen to the voice or the song in her head because she knows it's calling to her, but she's hanging up, not going to do it. And then she does it. And so she awakens the spirits, which force everybody out of the town. Spirits are like, get the fuck out of this town, fuckers. And not quite, right? They just like take out all the fire, water stops running, the earth rumbles them all out, like basically shoves them off. Like, hey, get out of here. And so it's up to Elsa to find out why. Of course, we do see the rock trolls. Very cool. We like them. So they go to the north, and lots of stuff happens. Basically, stuff just happens. The plot happens. Elsa and Olaf die for a moment. Yeah, like I said, spoiler warning in effect. Sorry. They come back to life, but I still cried. I cried really good over a snowman because it was a super sad scene. It's just him and Anna kind of in a cave, and it's real fucking sad. How dare you? So, yeah. So overall, the movie, not bad. It has this one little problem with it, and that's something you can kind of overlook because it's kind of a popular trope just in romance in general. And I'm used to it because Yuri really fucking loves just jamming in there. Here's what I'm taking issue with, right? Because I'm like, go see the movie, it's good, little whatever. Now, I am definitely a part of the people who think that Elsa should have a girlfriend, as you can tell by the title of this video. But I truthfully never expected them to do it. I never, not once, expected them to actually do it. Because it's Disney, and like, even though they want to be the progressive mouse company, they have people whose money they like, and they know if they did that those people would stop giving them money. And at the end of the day, Disney gonna Disney for money. That's what Disney does. That's what they do. So, right, I was like, maybe it could happen. It sure be cool. Everybody on the voice cast seems cool with it. The producers seem cool with it. So, maybe why not? I don't think it'll happen, but it'd be really neat if they did. So we introduced Honey Marin, and let me tell you, like, it's a real quick scene, but you're like, woof, this a little gay, and you're like, maybe they'll actually kind of go for it, and they don't, and that's fine. Let me explain to you right now that it is absolutely fine that Disney didn't give Elsa a girlfriend. Yes, I know my face says that I'm not happy about it because I'm a little disappointed, but at the end of the day, it's fine. I mean, if you're gonna let her control rainbow ice clouds and give her a dress with all these rainbow accents and have her belt out a song that feels super empowering for queer people in general, maybe just, go the extra mile and do it, right? But it's fine at the end of the day. It's okay. It's not a big deal. It's a little deal. Like I said, still a good movie. Go see it. So what am I responding to? Well, there have been a couple articles that talk about Elsa's power ballads, especially Reveal Yourself, which is a great song, super queer undertones. And honestly, as mentioned, art is suggestive. Yes. Suggestive, subjective. Art is subjective, sorry. That means that if you listen to that song and you don't get those vibes, that's totally valid. Just like it's valid that I felt those vibes, right? We're all different people, so don't attack me because I'm saying this. Right? So people have been talking about that song. And they're like, oh man, this song's so good. It is a good song. This is exactly what the Give Elsa a Girlfriend people absolutely wanted. And it's like, I feel like what we wanted was in the hashtag, right? It wasn't give Elsa a really cool power ballad. You're going to do it anyway because, her voice actress is an amazing singer, so of course you are. That's not the hashtag. The hashtag is give Elsa a girlfriend, which, as mentioned before, is fine that they did it. I'm just saying that maybe if you're a reviewer of the movie and you know this hashtag exists, and you don't come out and you say, hey, that song was super dope, that's exactly what these people wanted. It would be like sort of like if somebody were in the desert and they really needed a drink because they're dying of thirst, and somebody came and they gave them a cheeseburger, like, okay, Sure, I'm probably hungry too. But what I really wanted was a drink of water, or just a drink of anything that wasn't urine. And thanks for the cheeseburger. Um, so yeah, there are a few articles like that, and that's just kind of what I want to address. Is that no, that isn't what we wanted. We wanted her to have a girlfriend. And I guess I'm just addressing Disney's inability to create gay characters who aren't jokes, more or less. Because we had, in the live Beauty and the Beast, we had LeFou, who means the fool, and he's gay, and he's gay for Gaston. And that was the entire joke of the original animated one. And, like, good on you, I guess, for just making it canon, and whatever. The point being is that queer people are really wanting that important representation. And it doesn't have to be Elsa. People just got really queer vibes from her because of her mannerisms and her songs, and it was just kind of like a natural progression for us to say, hey, Elsa seems kind of queer. Give her a girlfriend, right? It's not anything that necessarily we're taking super seriously. Like, the weird thing about anytime queer people, like, make jokes like this, or like give Elsa a girlfriend, or the Minecraft bee is trans. Like, it's a joke. It's like us just being like, hey, representation would be cool. And then other people take it to an extreme place, right? They're like, oh, I can't believe you would say this. Like, chill. It's fiction. Like, just let people have fun, right? And there's nothing, like I mentioned, there's nothing wrong with her not having a girlfriend. Like, people would say, like, what about Elsa makes her queer? Did she say she liked girls? Blah, 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 blah. And it's just like, no, but there are these things that as somebody in a community, you can pick up on, differently than other people who are not a part of that community. It's like, it's not anything against anybody in particular, it's just sometimes the different experiences lead to a different outlook on life, or ingesting media differently, right? That's all that means. And people just get, like, way, way offended for whatever reason, and then turn around. Anyway, it's not, here's the point, right? I'm posting like a rant, Sona, because this is kind of a rant, I guess. Here's the point, is that Disney would like to believe that it's super progressive. Like, it has queer days at Disney Paris, of all places. And, they do things. They just kind of need to, like, actually take that step and do something real big. Because they've certainly had queer characters within their TV shows and in their, like, their 4 TV cartoons. They just need to go the extra mile and put it on the big screen. That's it. Like, no shade, no anything. Is like, they just need to do it, right? They're so worried about what kind of backlash they could receive that they're not thinking about what kind of a message it could send. And as long as they continue to hold their position and drag their feet, it looks bad. And not bad enough that any queer person that I know is going to say, we're boycotting Disney forever, which I guess is kind of the problem, is that Disney knows that we're not going to boycott them. Like, what queer person didn't grow up singing Disney show tunes? Like, that is just, like, a common denominator. But, okay, look, I'm not saying that's everybody's experience before anybody decides to jump on me about that, but it's a common experience for a lot of us to internalize a lot of that stuff. Like Mulan, When will my reflection show who I am? Thanks, Mulan. That was really heavy for me when I was really little. So thanks for that. But the point is that Disney just needs to do something for real. It doesn't have to be Elsa. It doesn't have to be Anna. Well, it's certainly not Anna. I mean, you know, she is super in love with Kristoff, and it's super cute, and I like it. So, you know, it doesn't have to be anybody from Frozen at all. I mean, like, I'm just saying the way that Elsa looked at Honey Marin was pretty. I'm getting off topic. They just need to do something. That's it. I've said it multiple times. I'm rambling. And yeah, I just think it would be better if they did, rather than kind of like go, haha, here's this, haha, here's that. A little of this and a little of that. No, I would like, I appreciate these side dishes that you're serving me. Where's the main course? So all in all, Frozen 2, great. Lots of queer side dishes. Have plenty of potatoes, a little bit of stuffing. Enjoy all the deviled eggs you like. But that gay turkey, it's just not there. So yeah. So if you're going to go see Frozen because you think that maybe Disney decided to fortify itself and give Elsa a girlfriend, they didn't. But it's still a good movie. Solid 7 out of 10. What will we talk about next time? I don't know. When's the next video? I also don't know. But, I mean, we'll see. We'll see how this does, and what it does, and if I need to go hide afterwards, or after doing this, and uploading it. Also, this is a super old shirt. I just really wanted to wear it, so don't come at me. Don't come at me about this. Just, you know, the fun will be doubled. But until next time, enjoy comics, enjoy cartoons, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!